4th and goal for the Falcons.
Falcons run a lot of sets where they end up having a lot of movement in one area, but it ultimately turns into a one-on-one route. They're just trying to clear space for one of their big, tall guys to catch the ball. Essentially, you got a basketball team at wide receiver, and that was your power forward. You're trying to get on the low block. Didn't happen. Once again, you've got London in the slot at the top.
Penix on 4th down, looking for London. And did he bring it in? Yes! What a catch! Drake London with the hat trick. His 3rd touchdown today.
And Michael Penix turned that loose with nothing but confidence, didn't he?
All the fans looking up at the video board to see if he actually brought this one in. 1 foot 2. Wow. Wow.
Sensational. But how about Penix? He just turned that one loose with full confidence and with enough air that a DB can't make a play on it. That was a my guy or no one type of a throw. And it was well done by Penix, and even better well done by London hauling it in.
Now the all-important extra point for Parker Romo to tie the game at 24. And the kick is no good! Parker Romo with the Patriots in the preseason. Let go in favor of Borregales, and he misses a big one here in Foxborough. We asked Raheem Morris about Parker Romo this week, and he said he, quote, gives us an operation of peace. Well, no peace on that extra point. And the Falcons remain down by 1. Chisholm on the return. And Chisholm is stopped by D'Angelo Malone. Let's go back to the failed PAT by Romo.
The operation all looks good. Laces are out.
He just pushed it.
Good snap, good hold, just pushed it.
Just looked like he pushed it. And remember, Younghoe Koo missed a big kick in the season opener against Tampa Bay, which led to him being released. And John Parker Romo comes in week 2 at Minnesota, goes 5 for 5. 0 for 2 the next week at Carolina, but has bounced back since then. But that was a huge miss.
Henderson tough running and picks up a few. Now think back to what we talked about on that previous drive when the Falcons were given a 1st down because of a penalty and they couldn't snap the ball in time, so Raheem Morris had to use a timeout. So he only has 2 remaining here coming down the stretch.
And they've had some mishaps when it comes to clock management. It was the Buffalo Bills game, ended the first half. Drake London catches a slant route, gets all the way down there. They run out of time. And it was the 49ers game, an intentional grounding, 10-second runoff. They leave points on the board at the end of half. So they've had those things happen to them when it comes to managing the clock the right way.
2nd down and 6. May incomplete in the direction of Kyle Williams, and it's quickly 3rd down.
This is as big a throw as Drake May is going to make in his young career here in this season. Everything's been rocking well for him. This has been an adversity-filled game. Big time opportunity for him. Obviously, Atlanta, as we expect, minimum of 5 coming at him. Minimum of 5, maybe more.
Really felt like the Patriots have missed Kayshon Boutte today, out with the injury. Where do they turn here? Henderson. And getting a hand on it was Jalen Walker. What a play by the rookie out of Georgia. And it's 4th down.
Boy, he's had his bumps along the way, Jason, but he has responded in a big way, hasn't he?
I've been so impressed by Jalen Walker today. And yes, there was moments in coverage today where he wasn't able to corral Pop Douglas on a touchdown pass, guarding Hunter Henry. But he has been kind of the motor that doesn't stop for this defense. Tackles for losses, attacking the quarterback, just all over the field. His versatility has been really impressive.
And the timeout situation has not hurt Atlanta. They'll get it back with 2 timeouts, plenty of time, and only needing a field goal.
Behringer driving Agnew back to his own 6-yard line. Agnew trying to get around the edge, slips one tackle, trying to turn it upfield, and takes a shot late, but no flag. Falcons pleading for one, they're not going to get one. A 60-yard punt by Behringer. Well, stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars. That's time permitting. All the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up.
Jason, you think Michael Penix keeps it in the back of his head that Drake May was drafted ahead of him?
I believe so. I think when there are people at your position that are drafted over you, it's not only Drake May, it's every single quarterback for Michael Penix. And for Drake May, probably the same with Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams. You always have a little chip on your shoulder.
Here's his opportunity now in his backyard.
Bijan Robinson breaks a couple of tackles, almost was able to sneak free to the second level. Jack Gibbons, who's playing for Christian Ellis, on the tackle after a gain of 8. Bijan Robinson with 41 yards rushing. Remember, the Patriots yet to allow a running back to run for 50 yards in a game this year. Back to Bijan. He's got the first down. And you have to wonder what's going on in Raheem Morris's mind when it comes to his kicker, Parker Romo. How close does he want to try to get for a potential game-winning field goal?
And there's been a change in the offensive line for Atlanta, guys. It's really important. Chris Lindstrom there, all-pro guard, now out of the ball game. Number 52, Jovan Gwynn in the game at right guard. Matthew Bergeron's been out most of the game. And Kyle Hinton, 68, in at left guard.
And some movement. And the penalty markers are out.
False start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's on the veteran Jake Matthews, his 4th false start of the season, with 2:22 to go.
And Andrew, you asked about Parker Romo. Career long is 55.
Need about 40 yards from here to get within range of Romo, whose season long is 54. Penix, good protection, has time. Has room to run. Instead, he's throwing. London makes a sliding grab along the sideline. Drake London's been everywhere today. This one goes for 26.
And Carlton Davis had good coverage on Drake London, and Michael Penix does a good job extending the play. And once he extends the play, Drake London breaks away, gets to the sideline, recognizing his quarterback needs him. Just an excellent job by those two guys working together.
And how about the way he understood, don't stay on your feet and try and toe tap, slide on the ground to ensure the catch will be legal and inbounds.
London with 119 yards receiving today. Penix back to the air and nothing doing, so he slams that one down with Milton Williams coming across. Clock stops with 2:09 to go. From here, it would be a 66-yard field goal, so they still need about 15 to 18 yards for Romo. Two timeouts and the 2-minute warning for Atlanta. From the New England 48-yard line, Penix. And I don't think he was ready for that snap. It seemed to surprise him, and now a flag comes out, and that could be grounding. Penix looked surprised when the snap came.
Remember, his running back was on the opposite side of him from where he threw.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 9. Loss of down, 10-yard penalty. It's third down.
Heard all week about the Falcons trying to fix some of their communication problems. It fails them in a big spot right here.
See, Robinson's on the opposite side of where he throws it. That's why you get the intentional grounding. If he throws it at the feet of Robinson, he just loses the down.
And this Patriots crowd, a bit of a nervous energy the last few minutes. That penalty has fired them up. Third down and 20. Penix fires low and incomplete. Nowhere near the intended target, David Sills, and now it's fourth down and long.
Got to punt it.
Because you do have the 2 timeouts, you'll get the 2-minute warning timeout.
That's what Raheem Morris is planning to do, sending out Bradley Pinion, the punter, on 4th and 20. They're only going to have 2 timeouts out of the 2-minute warning.
I just don't think he has any choice here about field positioning and where he is. I think he would have loved to have gone for it on 4th down in a lot less than 20. I just don't think this was a great play for them offensively.
Jones from the 16. Good coverage downfield by the Falcons. And Cardero Hodge with the special teams tackle. As we've hit the 2-minute warning at the 1:53 mark. Patriots up by 1. It's been a good one here in Foxborough today. Patriots lead 24-23. Michael Penix with 3 passing touchdowns. Drake May 2 touchdown passes, but also 2 turnovers today. And Drake London with the first time in his career he has caught 3 touchdown passes in a game. Patriots trying to put this one away. Falcons only have 2 timeouts remaining. And on first down, they give it to Jennings, and he picks up 3 yards, and immediately Raheem Morris calls timeout. Interesting, they give it to Jennings there. You remember last week, Travion Henderson lost a fumble. They give it to Jennings to open up this drive.
Guy they better be conscious of for Atlanta is number 3, Jesse Bates, as he drops in from the safety position. A well-renowned ball hawk. He makes plays happen. However, he has an interception today.
If you're just joining us, the Falcons had to use a timeout on their previous drive after a penalty. Plenty of time to take the snap. Play clock wound down. Raheem Morris had to call a timeout. So now only 1 remaining. Jennings again. Maybe gets 2, and that brings us to third down as Morris uses his final timeout. Interestingly, the Patriots have not had a wire-to-wire home victory since 2022. They have trailed in each of their last 24 games at home, which is a franchise record. But they have not trailed today, and now a chance to put the Falcons away on 3rd down and 5. Do you throw it here and try to get that first, or since they don't have a timeout, keep it on the ground and let that clock run?
I'm keeping the ball on the ground. I don't think Drake May's had his best game, a young quarterback still learning through some of the mistakes that he's made this afternoon. I would keep the ball on the ground, a safe play, and let that clock continue to tick and really put the trust in my defense.
Yeah, the last time they tried what they thought was a safe 3rd down pass that Jalen Walker knocked down.
They are throwing. May to the outside. Got a man. First down. Henry inbounds. And that will do it. Mike Vrabel, Josh McDaniels, confidence in Drake May. They let him throw the ball on 3rd down, and they are rewarded with their 6th consecutive victory.
Andrew, I think I'm going to stop trying to anticipate what Josh McDaniels and his offense is going to do. A few weeks ago in Nashville, going in a half, I was, they're going to waste time and not go for a big play. Next play was a touchdown. they're going to run the ball. You know what? No, we're going to pass the ball to a tight end we trust with a young quarterback that we trust and pick up the first down.
But it was a play call designed for a quarterback who struggled down the stretch. It was a pick play on the outside to let the tight end get into the flat by himself one-on-one, and Drake May made it happen.
Coming up on CBS, bonus coverage between the Steelers and Colts, a 10-point game inside 4 minutes to go in Pittsburgh. Patriots only score 3 points in the second half, but it's enough to hold off the Falcons. And Mike Vrabel all smiles as he goes to hug Raheem Morris. 6 straight wins for the Patriots. They are now 7-2 on this season. For Jason McCourty, Charles Davis, A.J. Ross, and our entire crew, this is Andrew Catalan saying so long from Foxborough. Let's go to Pittsburgh. Ian Eagle and J.J. Watt.